Hey everyone, welcome to Data Millennials. I am Atul and in this video we are going to discuss about the break statement with a for loop. So this break statement with the for loops helps us with the abnormal loop termination in Python. So generally we have seen that the loops are executed until the condition is true. This condition is checked only at the top of the loop and hence the loop is not exited if the condition becomes false in the middle of the execution. And generally, this situation does not happen because the loop is created to execute all the statements within the body. But in rare scenarios, if it happens, we need to exit the loop by changing the execution from its normal sequence. The break, pass, and continue statement in Python gives programmer a better flexibility for implementing the control logic in loops in these situations. In Python, when abnormal loop termination occurs, all the objects that were created in that scope are destroyed. And I should also mention here that ideally every loop should have a normal flow and have a single entry and exit point. It is always discouraged to use abnormal loop termination because it introduces an exception into the normal control flow of the loop. However, in some unavoidable situation, break, pass, and continue statements can be the only alternative. Being said so, let's talk about the break statement with for loop. So the break statement terminates the loop statement and transfers the execution to the statement immediately following that loop. When a break statement is encountered inside a the loop is immediately terminated regardless of what iteration the loop may be on, and the program control resumes at the next statement following the loop. The break statement immediately exits a loop, skipping the rest of the loop body without even checking whether the condition is true or false, and the execution continues with the statement immediately after the body of that loop. With the break statement, we can stop the loop before it looped through all the items. This break statement helps us to terminate the current loop and resume execution at the next statement, just like any other traditional programming language break statement does. The most common use of the break statement is when we have some external condition which needs to be triggered and require an immediate exit from a loop. If you are using nested loops, then in that case the break statement stops the execution of the innermost loop first and starts executing the next line of the code after that block. So break statement is put inside the loop body most generally after the if condition, and it terminates the current loop, which means that it will terminate the loop in which it appeared and resumes execution at the next statement immediately after the end of that loop. So for example, let's assume that you have a list of name and you want to check if the name list contain any specific name or not. If the list contains any specific name, then you want to confirm it and exit the loop without printing out the rest of the names. So in these scenarios, you can use the break statement. So let's take that example only and showcase the practical use of the break statement within our for loop. So let's say that we have a name list, and in this name list, I'm going to put a couple of names over here. Radna, Atul, then let's put Sandeep, Wasim, Arpita, and let's put Mishika. Okay, let's print the name. So as you have over here only six names, it's easy to identify, or let's check that Sandeep is present or not, or Mishika is present in the list or not. But what if you have a list that has thousands of names? In that case, you cannot manually check whether Mishika is present in that list or not. So for that, we can use a simple for loop saying that for name in name list, print the name and then check if name is equal to Mishika then break the loop and come out of the program. Okay, so if I run this, you will see that we have all the names present over here that is present in the list because Mishika is the last name. But what if I just want to check Wasim? In that case, if I put Wasim over here in this name and run it, you will see that we have only four names sequentially that was present in the list. So it printed Aradhna, it printed Atul, it printed Sandeep, it printed Wasim, and then the break statement basically breaks the loop and come out of this entire loop. And as we do not have any other statement below in the program, so we are not getting anything else. But what if I do not want to print this name? I just want to check whether Wasim is present or not. If Wasim is present, then I'm going to say print Wasim is present. Okay, so we have to take this print statement out over here and we have to put it over here, and then we have to use the break statement, and over here we are going to put a print statement saying that program execution completes. So let's run this again. So we have this Wasim is present statement and we have program execution completes. So what's happening over here is that for each name in this name list, we are taking the items and comparing it with Wasim. If the name value or name item is Wasim, then this print statement is getting executed. Then this break statement is executed, and the moment break statement appears in the program, then it basically terminates the loop and comes out of the loop and prints the next statement after the loop, which is this one. So this is how basically you can use the break statement with the for loop in Python programming. Happy learning and see you in the next video.